Hi, Mark Savage here, Savage on Wheels. I want to talk about a little bit about economy. If you're like me, you're worried about the price of cars. They're up to like $45,000 is an average price for a car and a crossover, $55,000 or so for trucks. Oh my gosh, who can afford that kind of stuff? Well, I've got some good news today. We've got a Toyota here that is an economy car or crossover. I think an economy car, I think, hey, Corolla, right? Yeah, that thing's been around for almost 50 years now and is really high value. Well, guess what this is? It's not a Corolla sedan. This is the Corolla Cross. This is the crossover vehicle that is based on the Corolla platform. Has the same upscale engine because they have two engines in the sedan. This is the 169 horsepower version, which is not great, but it's better than the low end. It's a good looking vehicle, but it's nothing special. I mean, it's got kind of the nice thin lights, kind of the typical Toyota grille, and the grills that all look pretty much like pretty good sized logo, right?
Logo, but not a massive grill.
But not a massive one. And you're not expecting a ton if it's an economy car, right? I mean, but this has a lot of good stuff inside. We got a power hatch. That's a plus, right?
Mm-hmm.
And a family of four can get in here and look at all this room back. We got like 25 cubic feet of space. We got JBL speakers, which is nice, but it's a little tinny sounding, Paul. We've talked about that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a nice economy family vehicle. And if you're just wanting a crossover instead of a sedan, hey, Toyota's got the answer for you now. I think this is a nice looking interior, Paul. I mean, is this a little hard plastic? Of course it is, but you know what? I don't have to have everything leather if I don't want to pay for that. And then this is economy. A couple things I like. One is they got the little vent window kind of thing in here.
Wow, that's a blast from the past.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a real window that opens,
right.
But you know what I like about it is like in Subarus where they give you a little view through here, so you get a little better side view.
Mm-hmm.
This is the XLE version, so it's the top of the line. So it comes with some extra goodies. We got the sunroof overhead. That's always nice. That's not a giant one, but it's certainly sufficient. We got bars on top for carrying stuff. We got a little bit bigger screen. This is an 8-incher. I think 7 is what's standard. We got dual climate controls here, so Paul can. I'll turn this down to real low because he always likes it cold.
Yeah.
I always like it hot. We got heated seats. We got high and low. Doesn't have to have any more than that. That's good. Got a charger for my phone down here, and everything's real easy and simple to find and view. We also got power seats, and this is certainly, I'm sure, fake leather, but it feels better than
leather look like.
Yeah, leather. It's got a little bit of a
simulated leather.
Simulated leather, right? Yeah.
Is that really leather then?
And the other thing I like is that Toyota loads this up with all the safety equipment that you normally, would want to have on a vehicle. And again, starting at a really reasonable price. And because this is the upper end, it also adds blind spot warning system and the backup cameras that with the alarms in case somebody's pulling in behind you. Again, economy vehicle. What do you think? Oh, it's going to have tons of power and super handling. But no. No. The 169 horsepower is like 150 torque. It's a little groany when you first start out, and sounds like it's struggling a little bit. But you can cruise at highway speeds easily, not a problem. And I like the handling because it's a lightweight, like a 3,100 pound car. And baby, I can turn this thing in a dime. It feels sporty, not necessarily sporty, but it's lightweight and easily handles any curve. And the ride is actually pretty darn good in here. We've been in a lot bigger and fancier cars
that are harder. Yeah.
I don't want to say a Bronco, but oh my God, you felt like somebody was beating you with a baseball bat. I don't need my tush knocked off. Anyway. So decent ride, certainly. I actually think it's an above average ride. They've added a new suspension to the rear here, a multi-link suspension on the all-wheel drive version. We do have all-wheel drive. We got a little snow here, but not on the road. So that's a good thing.
That is a very good thing.
And there's nothing I would want more other than maybe another 20 horsepower or maybe a standard transmission that I could shift it myself instead of the CVT.
There is one thing.
Yeah.
You like the flat bottom wheel?
Yeah.
You know what I like?
Yeah.
The grab handles.
Oh yeah, grab handles are good.
Yep.
Yeah, I just was riding in a Tesla the other day. No grab handles.
No, well, that'd be a total deal breaker.
That would cost extra. You know, Paul, one of the things I like about this, and I like sedans, but this does have more headroom. It's got like an inch more headroom and a couple more inches of rear leg room. So
Not like you need that.
Not that I need that, but I understand that people, they need a little more space, so that's good. Now you've got a Compass, which is probably a little larger than this, but still competes probably on price too.
Right, and ours is four-wheel drive.
Yeah, this is all-wheel drive too, though.
That's four-wheel drive.
Oh, four-wheel drive, right?
Four-wheel drive.
Yeah,
I can do all kinds of off-road stuff.
You can go off-road. I keep forgetting that. Yeah, you and
It's
all your off-roading.
But you know what doesn't have? It doesn't have an open rear hatch.
Yeah.
No, it looks like there's an option for it.
Yeah.
But I've never seen it on any of them.
Huh. Okay. Well, there you go.
There you go. It's probably a little nicer interior.
Yeah. Yeah, and as we talked about, the radio sounds a little tinny. It's a JBL unit, and it has JBL speakers, but I've tried adjusting it a little bit, but it just sounds a little bit tinny. And again, we're talking an economy car, so I don't expect this to be the 12 speakers,
right?
And
Harman
Kardon surround sound,
like in the Grand Wagoneer. Yeah.
Yeah.
The one thing I noticed, it doesn't have Apple CarPlay. We have that on the Compass. You might not think it's a big deal, but when you have Apple CarPlay, you really like it a lot.
Right. It's always good to have all the bells and whistles, but again, I'm going cheap.
Okay.
for me, for a family like mine, I could be happy to throw a couple more people in the back seat, and we can go wherever we want because we got plenty of cargo room, and power is, once I'm up to highway speed, I'm good.
Oh, that's the other thing with the Compass. It has a wheezy engine like this.
Yeah, and it is. It's just anything when you hook it up to the CVTs, they usually whine a little bit.
Right. Yep.
Like I said earlier, this is an economy vehicle, and at about $23,500, you can get a front-wheel drive version of this. You can add all-wheel drive for about $1,500 more on top of that. So anywhere from like $25,000 up to $35,000. You can get into a vehicle that has plenty of room for 4 people. This one's 33, pretty well loaded. This is the top end. So, hey, if you need a vehicle for your family and you don't want to spend $45,000, $50,000.
And who doesn't?
Yeah, and it's got all-wheel drive. So, hey, this is great.